Hey guys, what is up? And Shadolance back for another review. Today I'm going to be doing the M39 EMR Desert, one of the most popular semi-automatic, or technically fully automatic, sniper rifles in the game. This is an NX variant of the M39 EMR. I will be comparing it to that as, of course, it's the only other variant in the family, and there's no other real guns that are super like it, unless you may consider the SG556 DMR. I still find them enough different that I don't want to compare it to it. I still prefer the SG556. In my opinion, the SG556 is just a better version of this gun. They both have the same amount of ammo, 20 of 20, so that's not really a big difference. All three of the variants have it, the SG556 DMR, the M39 EMR Desert, and the regular EMR. So quickly hopping into the stats, we're seeing a damage of 87, portability of 51, rate of fire of 30, accuracy of 98, and recoil of 45. It is fully automatic. Actually, both variants are. Both, you can put a magazine suppressor on each of them. It's actually every now and then a one-shot kill despite the very low damage of 87. To the back of a medium vester, it's kind of iffy. To the back of a light or a recon vester, it's almost guaranteed a one-shot kill at medium and short ranges. So despite the low damage, it's actually relatively nice about that. Portability of 51 is a bit on the low side, obviously, but it is on the bit on the high side for a sniper. So while you may not want to necessarily run with this weapon all the time, you'll see me whip out my K5 SD quite a bit here. It's more portable than the average sniper, which is very nice. Rate of fire of 30 is very high. That's equivalent to the maxes for anyone who is unfamiliar with the weapon. So very high rate of fire for a sniper, even for a semi, which is really nice. We definitely appreciate that. The striking thing about this gun is that it statistically has an accuracy of 98. Most semi-automatics have quite a low accuracy, usually about an 85 to 90 for a semi-automatic sniper. However, as most people know, the accuracy is typically much higher than that for the first, second, and maybe even third shot, such as the Dragunov and the PSG. The shots are actually almost perfectly accurate. The SG556 DMR is another good example. Very accurate, although it does have the 100 accuracy. Now, the reason the stats are so low is because if you fire it as fast as you possibly can, it actually does have quite bad accuracy. However, this gun with the 98 accuracy means that if you fire this gun as fast as you can, the bullets will still typically go right in the center of the reticle. However, the recoil is also a bit on the high side. The recoil is only 45 with this weapon, so the recoil is actually very low. It's not very, very high recoil at all. It's actually quite surprising. However, the recoil pattern makes it a little bit more difficult to handle sometimes. So while the recoil stat may be very low, and you'll notice there's very little deviation when firing shots, even for a sniper rifle, which is unbelievable, it's the fact that the recoil pattern can be a little bit difficult to manage, which is what gets most people, and why most people don't typically want to buy this gun if they have the option to buy another one. The accuracy of 98 is pretty true to its name. It is almost perfectly accurate when you're firing your first shot, which is nice. It recovers pretty fast. The spread recovery is not the fastest in the game by a long shot, although it's obviously faster than things like the M107 and some other guns. So, it has a very nice spread recovery, and it's definitely usable, definitely doesn't hinder the gun in any way, but it's not the best you could have. The SG556, I can't really compare to that because I haven't used this gun in quite a while, actually. The SG556 DMR, I mean, so it may have been a little bit nerfed or unnerfed since I've used it, but from what I remember, it's about the same. It's not noticeably better or worse. So if you have the SG556 DMR, my best recommendation would be don't bother buying this gun because they're so similar, but also a little bit different in the same way. The difference is mostly the accuracy thing. They have some issues with that. The recoil is a little more difficult to control on this. The recoil is much easier to control in the SG556 DMR, in my opinion. Even if the recoil stats a bit on the low side. As far as customization, suppressor is really up to you. Magazine I would actually advise against, because if you can't kill your opponent within 20 shots, you probably don't want to be using a semi-automatic sniper. You may want to reconsider your weapon choice. As far as suppressor, that's up to you. It mostly will be, there you can see the one-shot kill to the back. I just got that 7th kill like that. Regardless of whether he'd taken damage, it was a pretty nice shot. But other than that, what I was going to say was, suppressor is really up to you. More often than not, it will be a 2-shot kill, and it will still be a 2-shot kill even if you put on a suppressor. So I would have to recommend the S3 suppressor for this, for minimizing your flash, which is important on a semi-automatic sniper, not get yourself noticed. The recoil pattern will only get screwed up if you put on an S1, so honestly I think that's one thing Nexon's needed to fix for a very long time. So, yeah. Just kind of my own kind of personal opinion. This is considered to be part of the M14 family, for any of you who didn't know. It's considered to be part of the MK14 series, part of the M14, M14 SE, M14 Camo, all those kind of guns. It's basically supposed to be a part of those families. It's a nice gun. It really is a nice gun. It's fun to use for sure. Quickly comparing it to the M39 EMR, the GP variant, damage of 85 compared to the 87 that the Desert has, 51 portability on both weapons, 30 rate of fire on both weapons, accuracy of 98 on both weapons, and recoil of 45 on both weapons. I don't really notice a whole lot of difference between the two guns. They're both relatively the same. The damage obviously is different, but I don't think I would even ever buy the EMR Desert for myself. I don't find the gun useful enough that I would want to buy it. I have the SG556 already, and personally I prefer the SG5 series over the M14 series as it is. Just that, high accuracy kind of gun where you can tap fire easily. Although the M14 SE is fun to use, I will admit that. It's a lot of fun to use. At any rate, thank you guys for watching this review. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. I will see you guys later. Shadolance out.